Well, good midday to you, one and all. And we are grateful for the honor and the privilege to be able to come to you on today and to share with you that which the Lord has given us to share with you on today. Our prayer is that you are having a wonderful, a powerful, productive day, and that all is going as well can go. And for that, we bless his holy name. Again, thankful to God for you being a part of this experience, this growth moment, this time, this chance, this opportunity that we have to be able to share with you. Good midday, Linda. How are you? We bless the Lord for you coming and sharing with us on today. Grateful to God for you participating. And if you want to, you can share. You can share. That'll be fine. Okay. That would be fantastic. Okay. And Kathy, I see you, Doe. Minister Sarah, a good midday to each and every one of you. Jaleesa, good midday to you. Grateful to God again on a Thursday, a great day, okay, for us to come together and to do what needs to be done. And so you can share if you don't mind. You know, I'm not on here, well, I'm on here longer than what I really want to be on here, but we are grateful to God. Nancy, how are you? Bless the Lord for you being here with us, praying for your sister as she continues to recover, and we are believing that God is a 100% recoverer, recovering God. He doesn't just half do it; He knows how to do it. Carolyn, good midday to you, and so we are grateful, grateful to God, grateful to God, grateful to God for that chance. So I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes here, and then we're going to go ahead and dive and delve into our snapshot for today. Okay. Thank you so much, Jaylon. Appreciate that. And so we are thankful to God for the privilege of being here, the privilege of sharing with you. And we're just going to see what God does as God only knows how to do. Iris, good midday. Thank you so much, Iris. I appreciate that. Good midday. My assumption is that is you, Erica. Um, and so, because I don't know why it comes up Facebook user, but my assumption is it's you. And again, grateful for so many of you who share. Good midday to you, Cheryl. We're praying that all is well with you and your family, and God continues to bless over and over again. Elder Mansell, how are you, my friend? Good to have you with us on a tremendous midday today. Okay, Thea. Yeah, yeah, I love it. I love it, Thea. Oh my gosh, that is tremendous. Okay, grateful to God for you being. That's right, share. Thank you, Nancy, for sharing. Laverne, good midday to you. Try to share, try to share, try to share, so you can get this out to as many people as you possibly can. I got about 2 minutes, and then I'm going to begin our lesson for today. And I pray that not only does it provide answers, but it also challenges as well, because I think that's overwhelmingly important. Thank you, Carolyn Johnson, for sharing, and we are thankful for each and every one of you. And we're going to begin in about a minute. We're going to keep you. We ain't going to keep you long, but we're going to keep you long enough so that we can impart truth to you, so that you'll be able to be the man and the woman that God has preordained for you to be. Okay. And for that, we bless his holy name. I see y'all sharing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing so. Ayana, how are you? Good midday to you. Barbara, good midday to you. Grateful as I see you coming on, and I know there are those who are coming on. I know I am grateful for those who are on my page, who are on Union's page, and I'm grateful to God for those of you who are on YouTube. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being with us here on today. Please share, please share, please share, please share, please share. That is going to help. Good midday, Denise of the Frison. Okay. And we are grateful to God for that. I need to ask a question, and it's a relevant, it's a pertinent, it's a powerful question. Good midday to you, Cora. Bless you for being here. Anthony called me and told me what was what, and we are excited because we are believing God for great things. Gaither and Sylvia Scott, bless you. Good midday to you, one and all. This is a question, and for many, it's an extremely difficult question to actually answer, Timothy, and to be honest. Good midday to you, Gina. Good midday. And it takes a lot to do this. It takes a lot to embrace this. And the question is, do you know how to be honest with yourself? Jemison, bless you. Good midday to you. Do you really know how to be honest with yourself? And the reason that this question is so powerful and pertinent is due to the fact, okay, really, thank you so much. I had to kind of put them together, the Bible study snapshot yesterday, so that it could be a blessing because of me missing a couple of days. But we went away for a little while, and that rest was very much needed. Okay, Carolyn Williams, bless you. Rhonda, bless you. Rhonda Fletcher, thank you so much for being with us. The question again is, do you know how to be honest with yourself? Bobby McKenzie, bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Do you and the reason that I'm asking this question is due to the fact, okay, lessons have been challenging. Good, good, good. The reason I ask that question is because if you really do not know, okay, how, see, Cora, what did I tell you? What did I tell you, Cora? I'm trying to tell you, God's not done with you. This is the second time you've been through a major health episode, and God is bringing you through. It's so that you can share what God wants you to be and to share. Okay. All right. Okay, Denise, bless you. And so here's the reason I asked that question is because if you are not honest with yourself, I doubt that you are seriously honest with anybody else. Hey, Pee Wee, how are you? Think about this. Think about this for just a moment, okay? When you really don't face who you are, Elder Bowdry, good midday to you, then I doubt seriously, Minister Faye, that you really face anything else, honestly. And I know this is going to be difficult because when we talk about dealing with the onslaught of the enemy and becoming what God would have us to be, there's a part of us. There's a part of us that has to be dealt with. Gladys, good midday to you. And it's everything is the devil's fault. Everything is the devil. Everything is the devil. Everything is the enemy. Everything. But sometimes it's the enemy. Let me say it one more time. It's the enemy that's enemy. Okay. Sometimes I really don't need any external stimuli from the enemy. I can become my own worst enemy. And so the thing that we have to recognize is it's important because when Satan attacks, we say one thing, but God says another. Okay. Many of us just deal with symptoms rather than the actual problem. A symptom is something that lets you know that there is something else going on. Whenever you have symptoms, it's an indicator, especially when it comes down to your health. It's an indicator that there is a malfunction somewhere in your body. And the problem is you cannot treat symptoms. You you have to go to the root of the problem in order for you to be delivered from it. Okay. And so many times people say, I have a drug problem. No. Hey, Sandra, you have a drug symptom. Many people will turn around and say, well, I have a moral problem. No, you have a moral symptom. Many people say that I have an alcoholic problem. No, you have an alcoholic symptom. The symptom is what you do. The root is what makes you do it. Can I say it one more time? The symptom is what you do. The root is what makes you do it. Okay. It is the thing that motivates you to do something that creates the symptom that stands in the way of you being able to be what God would have you to be. As long as we talk about symptoms and we do not get to the root of the problem, you will always be problematic. Oh, and the reason you will be problematic is because of an unwillingness to deal with the root that is causing the manifestation in behavior. A lot of people want to blame a whole lot of other people, but the problem stands. The problem is, okay, that much of what we do is a symptom of a behavior that's being motivated by something else. Okay. James says this in James chapter 4, verse 8, and this is important for us to get. Draw nigh to God, and he will draw nigh to you. This is important because in order for you to draw nigh to God, you've got to deal with the root of the issue and not the symptom. Cleanse your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, you double-minded. Remember, we said that James said that a double-minded person is unstable in all their ways. And the reason they do not have stability is due to the fact that they are not willing to own up to what's actually going on. This is so important. People will blame issues for alcoholism. People will blame behavior of other people for smoking addictions. And when I talk about smoking, I'm not necessarily just talking about cigarettes, but we're also dealing with the fact of marijuana and other drugs. All of these drugs, all of these things that we do are temporary relief, but it creates an even worse problem. Think about it. You have a bad day, I need a drink. If you have some trauma, I need a joint. If you got some mess going on, I need to get high, because we actually believe that by doing this, we escape from the reality. But the problem is not only have we not escaped from the situation, we have created another problem, because psychologically, your mind begins to tell you that in order for you to function appropriately, you need to continue. Hey, LMA, dear, you need to continue to ingest and participate in that which gives a false sense of joy, a false sense of security, and a false sense of contentment. During the days when I drank, it's because I didn't want to face reality. The reality was there were some things going on in my life that I didn't like, and I thought the best way to do it was to drown them. And what happened was it created a problem. So now I don't just, hey, Debbie, now I don't just have one problem, but now I've got two. I've got to deal with the issue, and then I got to deal with the fact that I've created this desire, this need, which I have felt superseded and was more important than going to the Lord for a solution. Okay, there's two things that we have to look at here. Cleansing your hands refers to confessing and getting rid of the wrong things we are doing. And the reason I say this, and the reason I preface this in the beginning of the teaching, is so that you could understand that if you are not able, if you are not capable of being honest with yourself, you will never listen. Cora, I want you to hear. I want you to hear this, Cora. And the reason that I do this and did the things that I did was because I was not really willing to face myself. Anybody who has anger management issues, it's because there's something you're not willing to face. I understand generational curses. I understand that they are real and that they are there. But until you are able to actually figure out, you know what, why am I mad all the time? Why am I sad all the time? Why am I mean all the time? Why am I hateful all the time? Why is it that every day I get up is a bad day? I encounter people, I do things to them, I try to pay them back, I try to do nasty things only because there's something in me that I'm not willing to look at. And that is difficult to do when you don't. And here's the problem, because many psychologists will tell you that the hardest thing to do is to get people to see the reality of their own being as to why they do what they do. Ethel, how are you? Okay. All right. And so but the reason the anger issues have gotten better is because of what James said in James chapter 4, verse 8. Draw near to God and he will draw near to you. You got to, what do I have to do? I have to confess. And not only confess, but get rid of what's going on. What do I have to do? I have to tell God I'm mad. I have to tell God I'm hurt. I have to tell God I'm disappointed. I have to tell God, Lord, have mercy. I have to tell God I'm not satisfied. I have to tell God I'm not happy. I have to tell God that I don't feel really good about myself. I have to tell God I hate my mother. I hate my father. I hate my siblings. Y'all not ready for this. I know y'all not ready for this, but I got to teach it to you the way it needs to be taught. I got to tell God that I didn't feel I was raised right. I got to tell God that I'm angry that I was abandoned as a child. I have to tell God that I got anger problem because someone raped me. I've got to tell God that I was sexually molested, male and female. I have to tell God that the uncle or the auntie or whoever it is that did what they did to me in a time and a state of innocence, I'm angry over it. And they're probably dead, but I'm still angry. I'm carrying that anger. I'm carrying that hostility. The reason that I drink as much as I do is because I've been around people who drink. It's not that I want to, but I want to stop. But my associations keep me doing the things. I know y'all don't like me. The reason I keep smoking weed and crack and different things is because I'm around people who do it, and it causes the habit to continue. And because I'm around them, it convinces me that I can be happy by being despondent and disconnected with reality. Okay, was that enough? Was that enough? Was that enough? And until you do that, I hate my ex. I hate my wife. I hate my husband. You got to confess this stuff. You got to be totally honest that these things are going. Because can I give you a secret? Can I give you a little secret? Can I help you with something? God already knows. 1 John 1:9 says that if you confess your sins, he's faithful and just to forgive you and to cleanse you from all unrighteousness. Confess is to say as God says or to agree with God. Now, because God already knows this is how you feel. God already knows this is what you went through. God already knows. And so since God already knows, in order for you to be free from it, you've got to acknowledge what God already knows. You got a gambling addiction. You can't stop going and getting them scratch offs and playing them numbers and bingo and the one-armed bandit and all that other kind of stuff. The reason, Kay, that you are in the condition that you are in, and the reason that the enemy is doing what he is doing, is because he wants to keep you broke, because he understands that those types of addictions. I was in line to get something one day, and this one guy played probably $250 to $300 in numbers. And I'm going, you have got to be kidding me. Why do you think that there are these institutions to help people in their gambling addictions? Because here's what happens. You will spend money. Can I tell y'all something? I'm going to tell you the trick to it. Because an old man told me a long time ago, you can't afford to gamble what you can't afford to lose. Did you hear what I said? You can't afford to gamble what you can't afford to lose. And so what happens is that you will win just enough to make you think you're winning psychologically. But if you add up how much you've lost, you have gone way beyond losing than what you gain. And so in the midst of this, you have to tell the Lord, I have a gambling addiction. I love to go gamble. I love pornography. I love it. I go to the clubs and I take me a wad of $1 bills and I put them in places that don't belong to you. Why? Because I'm trying to escape from something. And in the midst of that, I've got to be honest. All right. So we see clearly that we have to confess and to do something about it. But he goes beyond the hands to the heart. You must purify your heart, for if we merely stop doing wrong things without dealing with the intentional problem that caused the wrong behavior, we will soon go back to the wrong behavior. How many times have you told the Lord, I ain't going to do this again, but you didn't deal with it? I'm not going to say that again. I'm going to quit cussing. I'm going to quit doing all of this other. I'm going to quit doing these things, but you never dealt with the root of the problem. Because if all you do is superficially, Lord have mercy, good midday, Valerie, superficially deal with the issues, but you don't deal with what creates the behavior, you are still addicted. Okay. Still addicted. Still, Linda, I have no choice. I've got to tell the truth. I've got to call it what it is. We have to purify our hearts, because if we don't purify our hearts, okay, because our hearts are the seat of our emotions. Our hearts control so much of our behavior. Okay. And the next thing you know, you go back to it. Okay. And all it takes is one little thing to happen. And the next thing you know, you right back at it again. This is why so many people make New Year's Eve's resolutions and fail. And this is also why so many Christians with good intentions, they never get fulfilled. What they are doing is not the main problem. I used to hear people, and I'm guilty of it myself, of telling, this is what I'm going to do for the new year. This is how I'm going to act for the new year. This is how I'm going to eat. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to change. And 2 weeks past the new year, I am back into the same behavior that was there before. Because what? I have not dealt with the root of the problem. Okay. We need to fix the root, okay, in order to produce fruit. We need to fix the root in order for us to produce fruit. I got to say it one more time, Willina. We need to we need to fix the root in order to produce fruit. Okay. And so in the midst of this, how much time? Okay, I got to get ready to go. Listen. I need to do, I'm going to look at something else, and I think it's going to help us on tomorrow in order for us to be what God would have us to be, because we have to get to the point that we are no longer miserable. We have to get to the point that the joy of the Lord becomes our strength. We have to get to the point that we acknowledge the mess that's going on in our lives, including the mess we created. I'm going to tell you this, and then I'm going to let you go. We get upset with how people mess us over. But the question is, how many people have you messed over because you did not deal with the root of the problem? Listen, y'all be blessed. Have a tremendous day in the Lord. I don't know what we're going to do just yet as far as morning worship. I'm watching to see what's going to happen, and we're going to go from there. Listen, love you from the depths of my heart with the love of Jesus Christ. You be blessed. Have a fantastic Thursday. May God bless you. May he keep you is our prayer.